welcome to the Melt Hobbit Speaks. We're here with Ryan McCombs from Soil. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Pretty good. Got married recently, didn't you?
I did.
Congratulations.
I got married to an English young lady, and have found a new home in England. So I'm getting accustomed to these beautiful days, as we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The lovely English weather has been gracing me for the past couple of months. But no, like we were saying, I love it. I hate the sun, so it's perfect for me over here.
Yeah, and I was watching an interview. You like chicken kebabs as well, don't you?
I do, but I've only had 2 since moving over. I've gotten seriously ill after both of them.
Yeah.
So now I kind of understand why when I used to talk about my love of kebabs, why everybody was like, no, that's what you eat like at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're pissed. But for me, I was like, no, I look forward to it. But I've not had luck with them since moving here.
Nah, they're not great. I mean, like, generally speaking, like, whenever you have a kebab, it is just like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't get it, because I was like, I want them all day long.
Yeah.
But now that I've been here, I'm like,
Not good for it.
Yeah.
Cool, so obviously this is only the second night of the UK leg, but you've
right.
done the European one recently. How was last night's show in Bristol? How did that go down?
It was good. It was, like you said, it was the first night of the run, and we haven't been on stage together since late October, early November of last year. Or no, we had 2 shows at the very beginning of December, like December 1st and 2nd. But other than that, we haven't seen each other. So it was kind of nice. The bus picked them up at the airport and swung by. I was in Chippenham at the point that they were coming through. That's where my office is, and so they picked me up there in Chippenham and just headed to Bristol from there.
That's cool. So, like, based on the personal kind of thing, what are the musical influences that, like the kind of the vocalists, the musicians that got you kind of interested in maybe wanting to sing or interested in music? What was like, there was like maybe 5 or a few people that was like, yeah, that's the guy kind of thing, or that's the person.
I was blessed to have music in the house a lot when I was growing up. My dad was really into everything, whether it was Pink Floyd, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Creedence Clearwater, just the gamut. Grateful Dead. He listened to it. Bob Dylan and stuff, Rolling Stones. He listened to a little bit of everything for that, for what he. And then my brother was 5 years older than me, so he got into the whole '80s glam thing, the whole LA Guns. Of course the big ones, Motley Crue and stuff. Yeah. But he was like, that was his music. So he was into the stuff that people don't really remember to this day. Like the.
I don't want to remember.
Yeah. And so it wasn't. But then later, like when I finally found, I think the first band that I found that I grabbed a hold of just personally, that was kind of my band, was probably Alice in Chains. But there was always, my dad seemed to, as Matt or I, and mainly myself, my dad didn't really get into the whole, like the era of music my brother was into. But my dad got into like the stuff that I got into later in life. My dad took me to my first Metallica concert, which I think was the Injustice for All tour. But he ended up going and seeing them on his own like 4 or 5 times after that. So there was a ton of stuff. Alice in Chains is probably, I'm sorry, I turned that little question like a year. But Alice in Chains was that first band probably, but it goes way back. I never wanted to sing, so there was never really a singer, but just bands. And I'm still that way to this day. I mean, there's some new stuff that I listen to, but I listen to a lot of just old classic stuff still. I still like to listen to like CCR and stuff. So not necessarily any one singer that jumped out, except for probably the Jerry Cantrell, the Lane Staley combination was magic. I mean, that was.
Yeah, they got that kind of blues that, like, I mean, with your voice as well, there's that bluesy kind of like gravelness to it that you kind of can see, you can hear in that kind of Jerry Cantrell kind of sound. Well,
it's what's fun for me is I've always just been a fan of the whole band thing. So like it's really served me well. Like here recently, my started up a business, Music House number 37, which is, for lack of a better word or lack of a better explanation. It's a management company. After 20 years in the business, I don't necessarily like the term manager, but that's without a better term. That's what it basically is. And we just signed our first band, Florence Black, out of South Wales, and being able to listen to some of these bands that have been sending material in has been awesome for me, just as a fan of music. So, and then you find somebody as good like those kids, and you snatch them up as fast as you can. But there's so much talent over here.
Yeah, well,
I can't believe how much there is.
Such a small country, but like at the same time, there's just such a, you know, I think especially like YouTube and stuff like that, people can just sit there and learn songs. They can learn how to play instruments, and like, I mean, I'm 30 now, so it's like, you know, when I was that age, it was like that sort of stuff went around.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure the same for you, being a young man yourself, wasn't around. You know, you had to learn by yourself. That was it.
Yeah, in the States, you know, I think it was more prevalent to get into playing musical instruments and stuff when I was younger than it is now. Nowadays, you know, we went through the generations there went through kids that thought they could play guitar because they could play Guitar Hero or something.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, yeah, I can play Guitar Hero. But you know, I don't necessarily see this. Then again, I'm 104 years old, but I don't. I could very well just be disconnected. But I don't see a lot. I don't see, like, back in my day, I came from a really little town, Dunkirk, Indiana, back in the States, 3,000 people population, and that was when it was booming. I think it's even less now. And we went through so many band members and all those little garage bands back then, because you could go through them. I mean, just in this little town, you had numerous guitar players, drummers, bass players. You could never find a singer. But anyway, I don't know if that's really the same way today or not. I don't know. Like I said, I'm old, so I'm disconnected. But as far as the States go, it just seems like more people are too preoccupied to be on Facebook to really give a shit.
I think that's the same here. I think it's like, as the years have gone by, like the world's kind of just become just a bit of a messy situation. You just kind of go, well,
people suck. They fuck up everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, but what's given me really hope and stuff is, you know, I'm coming across like the band I mentioned, Florence Black. These guys are 21, 22, 23 years old, and just killing it.
Yeah.
And so it gives me hope. You know, the industry's really screwed up right now. So our whole thing is to try to find new ways for bands to achieve that dream. It's just not out there for anybody right now.
Yeah,
so
it's
a way of trying to find that's our goal, is to try to find because I had these same dreams. They were my dreams all the time. So I sit awake at night trying to figure out how to make this stuff happen again. But then I hear bands like that, some of the bands that have been sending their stuff in, and the talent is there. And then you see the agent, I get a little pissed off because, man, I wasn't that good when I was that young. But you get past the jealousy issue, and it's good to see, and especially here in England, and I've got stuff coming in from Scotland as well, that it's bands that are just killing it, talent-wise there, and their songwriting ability, so it gives me a lot of promise. I don't even know where that question started out.
I think it was musical influences.
It was? Yeah. Holy shit. I went left field on that.
Go left field. Cool, so let's get back onto the soil stuff. We'll get there in the end, don't worry.
Soil? Who the hell's that?
I've heard of him, but I don't know.
Right.
So obviously you released Scream late last year, wasn't it, in the UK?
Yeah. Scream, that Soil record. Yeah,
that's the one, yeah. Like, I was listening to it and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard that. Like, well, there's like one or two songs thinking, I don't think I've heard those, or may have heard them once and then never listened to it again. But like, what kind of made you go, right, you know, so you pick your classics, you pick your ones that everyone kind of knows, but then it's like those few little songs in between, you go, oh, that's a cool one, I've never heard that one, and I like that one, you know, equally as much. So where did you kind of go, right, that song, that song, that song? Did you use it like a great effort?
I gotta say, I gotta hand that over to Tim, our bass player. He's kind of like the vault keeper. Every little tidbit, he put stuff on that record, brought stuff in contention, some stuff made it, some stuff didn't. But he brought stuff in the contention for this record that I forgot even existed. I heard a song, for instance, during the whole process of putting this together, I heard a song that, even listening to it, it was like I was listening to someone else sing and another band play, because I don't remember ever, and we recorded it. in a studio, which means at one point in time in our lives, this song was in consideration for something, and I didn't remember. It was just like it was kind of an out of body thing. It's like, you know, I know that's me singing, but I don't remember.
When did I do that one? Yeah.
So he's that guy though. He's for the band. He's always kept hold of everything, and the recordings that we did at Dimebag's house, the all those little things. He brought out of I didn't know that. I forgot. Great memories of a great person, a great friend. So I don't mean that, but I didn't even think about the songs. Like when I think about those recordings, I think about the days between recording those moments. I remember the days that was around those recordings that were fun and memories from that stuff. Where all of a sudden when he brought the songs back out, it was like, oh shit, we did record that time, didn't we? So, but that was him. So he put the record is really because of all the stuff that he's pack ratted away over the years.
Yeah, it's nice when you get people like that actually sit there and go, oh, I've kept that. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, and they were talking about like different films and like, you know, being on 35mm projection and stuff like that. And I said, oh yeah, I've managed to find, like, so I used to work for a cinema, and I found a 35mm print of, do you remember Rain of Fire? It was like a dragon. And I just found like one part of that film, and it was just like, right. To that home with me, and I was like, again, so people go, oh man, remember 35mm prints? Yeah, I've got one right here, and they're like, just having that kind of person that keeps things intact is always a nice thing.
I went through it here when I was getting ready to move over to England. I was going through a bunch of my stuff, and something that I've had in my possession since my dad passed back in '09. My dad was the same way Tim is, but he was mainly just of his voice. So he had like my career in a box of every interview I've ever done, whether it was Soil years or Drowning Pool years. He had every interview, every little. He had a ticket stub from the very first show we ever played in London. He had my plane ticket from 9/11. We were on American Airlines headed home to Chicago when it all happened. He had all this crap not crap. He had all this stuff that some of it I know that I've been. So yeah, the pack rats are cool to have around because he's got like my career in a box that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have any of that crap. So it's cool to have those people in your lives.
So how's the reaction been to the commemorative album, the anniversary album?
I think it's been good. I mean, my hesitation is that it's odd at times because I think for us, damn, I can't be this old, you know.
You don't look that old.
Oh, I appreciate that kindness. I can't. It's hard to fathom. It's such a blessing to be sitting here 21 years. You know, last year would have been the 20 when the album came out was the 20-year anniversary, but this January would mark 21 years actually, and so to be thinking about the fact that we've been a band for 21 years, the fact that people have given us the time of day to still do this is amazing. But it just doesn't. And I think back to what you were saying. I think in a way, sometimes when I'm talking to people I remember from that beginning, and I think sometimes they as we talk, and all of a sudden the realization that they can remember where they were the first time they heard Halo or whatever it was when it was a new song. You know, it's like I think every once in a while when you're talking to a fan or somebody, a friend within the business, well, they're all friends, give us the time of day by all means. But when you're talking to somebody and you see that. Because you know it yourself, you know the feeling, so you see it replay in their head. You see the realization that they love. I think they've really taken as well they should. They've taken kind of an ownership that this band's been around for 20 years because of people that we have been. So, but at the same time, I think there's that moment that they also, just like we do, go, holy shit, I've been listening to that band for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an amazing gift to be given, to be able to still be sitting here doing that. But it also means that a lot of time has passed. But I think the same thing goes through the heads of the people that have given us that opportunity.
So just ask some question, and you've probably about it a million times already. What's up the sleeves for this year and maybe into next year, like new album or?
Well, I know we've got this tour to wrap up. we just started it, so we're far from wrapping it up. I know TKO, our booking agent, Dan DeVita over there, has been just kicking the horse's ass with festivals stateside and stuff. So we have a lot of festivals lined up for this summer over in the States. We were hoping to be able to do some over here, but it just didn't work out for us. But he's, like I said, he's just knocked the ball out of the park on some of the stuff that he's been able to line up stateside for us. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff in the summer back in the States, and so it'll be a little different for me, because all of a sudden now when I'm going to the States, it's the long trek instead of vice versa. But no, we'll stay busy. Shows for us this year, and I don't know. A lot of people talk to us about new material, but it's just a subject that honestly hasn't came up with us.
Just enjoying doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think there's almost a fear to it, because this is we were talking. I was talking about with Music House. The state of the industry is it's fucked up. So I think maybe a part of it is each one of us know that if we talk about what we're going to do next, that means we have to face what the state of the industry is.
Yeah.
And but it's easier for me to get excited about how to conquer it for
other people,
than to try to figure out exactly where I still fit in it. But no, I don't know if it's going to be new material. I don't know. I would like to think so, but when? I don't know.
Sometime whenever you're ready. Yeah.
It'll happen.
I suppose you're at that point now where you can just go, we'll do it when we're ready.
I guess
and you don't have to sit there and go, we need to keep doing it again. You say
you don't have a label knocking on the door going, you guys need to get
where is it? Yeah.
We don't have that anymore.
You haven't got a contract sitting there going.
Right. Yeah, so it's
Yeah, you haven't got a lawyer.
See what happens.
You haven't got a lawyer knocking at your door going, come on.
Right. We'll do things we do, and it's just like shows and everything else. We did that touring cycle where for a 13-month period you were on the road for 12 and a half months. We've lived that. For every friggin' album, we road dogged the shit out of ourselves for a decade plus, almost 2 decades. So, I'm not gonna say we're here. It's a blessing to be here, but at the same time, we kind of earn the opportunity to go.
Yeah.
I feel like doing this today, or I don't feel like doing this today. For the first time in my life, this past summer, for the first time in my life, I turned down the show. Never have, but it wasn't right, and so for the first time in my life, I was like, no, that ain't right. There's something about it, you won't get into it, but there was political crap involved that not government, but political stuff that it was just like, I've always been about doing people right, and that ain't right. And for the first time in my life, I was like, no, we're not doing that show. And I kind of went, yeah, we're not doing that show. Finally say that. And but no, so yeah, it's cool to finally be in that position where I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. But I know it's going to be whatever we want to do, which is really cool.
That's true. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a strange question for you now. You're living over here, but what do you think the kind of special relationship within the UK? Like, where do you think that kind of stemmed from? Obviously, now you've got your wife over here and everything else, so it's a bit of a not loaded question for you, but.
I don't know. There are metal fans everywhere in the world. There's rock and metal fans, and whatever category somebody thinks we fit in, I don't know. Music, there are music fans everywhere, regardless of the style. There's fans for every genre, and there are diehards everywhere. So I never want anybody to think that I'm discrediting any group, because there's no such thing. We're all a music fan's a music fan, whether they live in Honduras or Indiana. It's but there's something. It seemed like from day one, that first opportunity our first show was in London. It was sold out show, at the Underworld there, and it was it's always been that way. It's always been like this love affair of the fans here, and it seemed like it's one of those places, and there's other countries like it. Germany, for instance, is one where I remember the original singer for Drowning Pool came to me one time. He goes, "So where are you guys playing that next?" And we had like Rock 'em Ring the next day, and I was like, Germany. And he recognized my response. And he's like, dude, he goes, I know it may seem rough, because at this point in time, we'd been there like 4 or 5 times, and we had each time playing 5 shows, and maybe each trip, so we'd done 20 to 30 shows in Germany, and each one was so painful. It was like you get the golf clap if you're lucky between songs. And it's like you're up there sweating your balls off trying to deliver so hard trying to get a good response, and you just didn't get nothing. He goes, believe it or not, he goes, one day you're going to play there, and it's going to be like it never had been before. You're going to love it. And he goes, and once that day happens, they're going to have your back forever. And he was exactly right. That market. But the only difference is that England was that way from day one.
Yeah.
The UK for us was that way for day one. But it was the same love. It was the same from that first show that we did here. We always call our home away from home, but in many ways, before it became my home, it was our home.
Home away from home.
Yeah.
Cool. I've been told to wrap it up now. So like what do you do when you're at home to relax? Obviously you got 37 House management now.
Yeah, Music House is. It's weird for me because I've always been involved in different businesses, different aspects of business, but this is the first one that I'm so like personally, and it's not like the other ones I got passionate about because I'm just that way when I get into anything. This business is about something that I'm passionate about. So it's woken up such a desire in me that it takes up my days. So yeah, when I'm not here, I'm waking up in the morning, heading to the office, and I'm on the phones. And for being over here, it's really weird. It's odd for me because there is no downtime. There's booking agents, there's promoters, there's people to talk to here. But then 5 hours later, the East Coast is waking up in America. 8 hours,
West Coast,
or 5, and 9 hours later, the West Coast is waking up. So there's a lot of days that, even though I'm starting at 7 in the morning, I'm not getting done until 10 or 11. So that's my days. Music House 37 is my that's my life right now. But it's worth it because I'm dealing with dreams that I had one time. So that's more important. So it's cool. I talk a lot.
Cool, right, that's it. I think we're done from Little Hobbit Speaks. Thank you very much, Ryan.
From the Angry Hobbit to the Metal Hobbit.
There we go.